Welcome to the University of Notre Dame's Campus Crossroads project. In the last 4 months since we updated you, we have taken an active construction site and turned it into a football stadium 6 times, welcoming over 500,000 fans and staff into an active construction zone without incident. We have maintained an aggressive schedule involving over 700 tradespeople installing teledata, broadcast cabling, steam lines, chiller lines, HVAC equipment, elevators, brick, plumbing, metal studs and drywall, all working towards installing the infrastructure we need to do the final finishes. Over the next 220 days, we will be completing the brick enclosed basketball court and student amenities in the student center, classrooms in the music and academic building, and finishing the suites and clubs and the hospitality areas of the stadium.
Immediately after the completion of the 2016 Notre Dame football schedule, we were able to take on additional scope to the project, which included focusing on the game day experience for the fans. Here we're encasing 85 columns around the concourse with brick, with stone, and decorative chandeliers that hang off the sides of each of these. Because of the temperatures here, we have to encase each one of these columns with a visqueen enclosure to allow the workers to work through the winter. We're also placing all of the signage, and we're adding a number of different theming graphics around the concourse to give it a look and feel as it would have had back in the 30s when the original stadium was built. Additional scope that we're doing to enhance the fans' experience is we're upgrading all of the toilet rooms in the building. And we're going into each one of them and gutting them and putting all new china in them and painting them and adding graphics again to make them feel like they're back in the 30s. We're also working on upgrading the locker rooms. We've gone into both the home team and the visiting team's locker rooms and we've gutted them. And we're starting over and building up with new.
The original locker room was built in the 1930s, slightly updated in the 1990s, and hasn't been touched since. Prior to demolition, we had to remove all the lockers, memorabilia, and equipment and return it to the owner. Once this was complete, we began major demolition. The demolition is now complete, and we have started on new footings, masonry walls, preparing for structural steel. Many people have asked me about maintaining the traditions of the stadium. In addition to the glazed brick that we salvaged, the sacred stairway that leads to the tunnel will not be affected at all. In order to maintain the history and tradition of the stadium, we had to salvage 10,000 glazed brick from the original build in the 1930s. You'll notice we have a couple different varieties. The standard brick, the single bullnose, and there's also a double bullnose. The visiting team locker room is also under a major renovation. The biggest part of locker room expansion is the new tunnel that the visiting team will use to access the field. It is a challenge because we will be saw cutting and removing part of the existing stadia that was poured in the 1930s. Engineering reports suggested that we provide 22 micropiles. We are able to drill the new micropiles. Those are all current complete, and it's ready to be removed.
The 2017 football season is fast approaching, and we can see how the 3 new buildings, the concourse work, the locker room work, and the new tunnel is all coming together. It's exciting for me to know that when the season opens, the fans are going to realize that this is the crowning jewel on this exciting project.